leading in turbulent times, promising prospects. That is the overall theme of the webinar series organized by BCI. So we focused on crisis management. And we are going through a turbulent time as a nation, and people find it very tough on a daily basis. And as we say, tough times never last, but tough people do. And when the going gets tough, tough gets going. So if you carefully look at the word crisis, there's a very interesting interpretation. Zimmer has analyzed the word crisis, the way it is written using the Mandarin language, the Chinese. They say Wei Ji. Wei is danger, Ji is opportunity. The two characters in the Mandarin, they portray danger and opportunity. Every crisis has a danger dimension as well as opportunity dimension. A crisis is always talking about the negativity, having the negative consequences. It can be nature-made, it can be man-made. We saw tsunami as a nature-made crisis. We can see the Easter Sunday attack as a man-made. Now the current chaos that we see is all about man-made. So we see the danger. We need to look at the threat mitigation on one side, opportunity exploitation on the other side. So I would approach triple A with regard to threat. Acknowledge the threat, assess the threat, and address the threat. Acknowledge, assess, and address. Similarly, with regard to opportunity, sense the opportunity, seize the opportunity, and seize the opportunity. So you need to look at the threats and opportunities. And the starting point is we need to have the right leadership. Leaders should do the needful with regard to delivering results. Leadership is all about decisions and actions. They have to do with positions and titles. The right leadership at the right place with the right resources, delivering right results. That's what we were sadly lacking. And that's what the real debacle. So I think a solution could be leaders should demonstrate care. I'm referring to the corporate world at the corporate level. So care, in my view, begins with communication. You need to have the authentic, genuine communication. It's not just talking but listening to the views of your team. And you are not the almighty problem solver. You need to be a listener in listening to the experts. And then appreciation. CA. A stands for appreciation. Appreciating what the good things your people do. And you appreciate people as they are and you recognize people for what they do. So there's a difference. You need to appreciate, you need to recognize, and then you need to ensure they are engaged. So communication, appreciation, recognition, and engagement, care. You need to have employee care that would lead into customer care. When you look after your people, they will in turn look after your customers. So that should happen. In a crisis, you need to ensure that you show that humaneness as the global leaders demonstrate. You need to be holistic, humble, and humane. You need to show that you are leading by example. It is not a case of management by wandering around. It's a management by caring about. Whether people work online or physical, online or on site, you need to show that care in action. You need to demonstrate that you are sensible of what's going around. You need to show that you are being aware of what's happening, and you need to track the progress. This is applicable to a nation, this is applicable to an institution. So we see the sadness of not having authentic leadership who is accountable for results, rather than having the blame game of passing the buck to people who were before you. You need to take charge. Keyword is accountability. You need to be accountable for the results as a leader. So you need to ensure that you are managing the crisis with confidence and competence. If you look at education field where BCI is involved, you need to develop the future generation with right mindset, right skill set, and right tool set. We need to have that mindset, skill set, tool set approach. And education could be one way that you have a better resilient nation, better innovative nation, better collaborative nation where people rally around one way of moving ahead in solidarity with vision, passion, and action. So that's a summary of what I had been sharing, and I think the starting point is to stay positive. Despite the doom and gloom you see always everywhere, we need to have a positive mindset. We see the light at the end of the tunnel, whether there's a demand for greater transparency, greater accountability, greater authenticity is coming with the young generation vibrantly asking for it. So they're demanding for it. So future leaders have to ensure that they are accountable, they are authentic, and they are answerable to their actions. So I think with that, I see prospects for future. We need to go global with all the Sri Lankan potential. We have a lot to offer. We have the best beauty in the world. We have some of the best brains on earth. But the problem is with the beauty, with the brains, we have some blunt politicians. So we need to ensure that we have right leadership, right solidarity with the right leadership, right way of rallying ahead with regard to taking Sri Lanka towards true prosperity. That's what I would look at in terms of handling the current crisis, in navigating through the turbulence, in ensuring that we have the right future that Sri Lanka deserves.